Vincent, the long-awaited IPO of Manchester United has happened, or the second IPO, and we've just rushed down from the trading floor where we see it's about flat at $14. This might change over the course of the day in New York. What do you think of that result so far?
I think it's not a bad one. I mean, look, this is a very particular company listing in a very particular way. It has, it's on the New York Stock Exchange. You know, it's a classic sort of English football club, deep roots in Manchester, yet it has become a global brand. It's listing on the NYSE. At a very high multiple. I mean, it's a very expensive IPO. It seems to me the way it's been priced. But you know, there were buyers there for it at that level,
but not as much as they wanted.
Not as much as they wanted.
High.
No, they've had to curtail it a fair bit and cut back here and there. But I think that actually the real sort of victory here is actually getting it away, you know, because it's very difficult to get an IPO away in these markets, and very difficult, especially to get a sports company IPO away.
And not a great track record for listed sporting teams.
No, terrible, absolutely. And I can see why. I mean, the finances of football are not, you know, they're not of this world, so to speak. They're on another planet altogether. And that's because, you know, clubs rely on very fickle income streams, like the popularity of the product that they have. Now, football is, of course, the most globally popular sport imaginable. But at a club level, it's hard to monetize that in many ways. You know, you have money from TV rights, you have money from gate receipts, you have money from sponsorship and that kind of thing. And that's very unpredictable.
And things can go wrong, and they do. And much like a bank, a lot of the costs go to the players, a lot of the revenue goes to the players. And much like an airline, I guess you've got a lot of irrational peers and rivals with very rich owners that are willing to not profit maximize.
Absolutely. I think they're, you know, everybody's looking for comparables for Manchester United in the media sector, the entertainment sector. I mean, the real comparables are in investment banking and airlines, really, because that's the nature of the business itself. I think the cost to income ratio at football clubs probably is at least as high as investment banks, if not a good deal higher, and because most of the income goes to play.
So what's the bull story then? I mean, people have picked up at this IPO. It has got away at $14. What is the upside, do you think? What are the people saying?
Well, I suppose the upside is just that if they can leverage the brand. You know, I mean, looking at it from here, it would seem that Manchester United is about as global as you can possibly get. And they're claiming that they have nearly 700 million what they call global followers, which is a totally new name for fans. But I think that one of the risks involved here is that you know, football clubs are very local institutions, and if they're not local, they're nothing. And I think that one of the risks that the Glazer family, which is the family that owns Manchester United, is taking here is that in its efforts to become a sort of super global brand, it cuts off the ties with its home base in Manchester. That's a very big commercial risk.
And I'm sure they won't be the only fans wishing this IPO ill. We'll look very closely at it. Thank you very much, Vincent.